Now, Terra Luna Classic continues to tear it up when it comes to the price action and maintaining the levels that it currently has. 10,000 points per coin is holding up as a major level of support on Terra Luna Classic, and I do believe we're going to be able to springboard higher from here if the cryptocurrency market continues to strengthen. Right now, what we're seeing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu coin, some of these bigger coins out there are that investors are confident. They're willing to buy. The cryptocurrency market has been doing very well over the last couple of weeks, and it is a bit surprising, right? All of the macroeconomic information out there seems to be negative, but we're getting a positive spin in the cryptocurrency space. So I do want to talk a little bit about that, but I want to focus on the dominance of Terra Luna Classic when it comes to, I guess, social dominance. How many people are talking about it, where they're talking about it, and why they're talking about it. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. And look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks in crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull. It is super simple to set up your account. Any deposit, you guys are getting 6 free stocks. $1 crypto trades, you're getting $5 in free crypto. And I mean, we are on a dip, and we're getting a nice little bounce right now, so it could be a good time to get in. But let's talk about Terra Luna Classic, and then we'll jump into the overall market here in a little while. But I want to talk about this social dominance. If you go out to Lunar Crush, okay, Lunar Crush is a website that kind of compares different investments in different coins and shows how many people are talking about them, on what platforms, and they've got some pretty interesting metrics when it comes to social media presence and things like that. Terra Luna Classic is absolutely destroying competition. Now, clearly, you're always going to have big players out there like Shiba Inu coin and Bitcoin and Ethereum and so on. That when people first get introduced to cryptocurrency, they look for Bitcoin, right? We understand that. And the fact that Ethereum is up there as well, it's hard to beat those when it comes to search volume and so on, simply because so many people know about them and they're the biggest and largest out there. So a lot of people flock to those. But Terra Luna Classic, guys, if you break it down, there's a different metric out there that shows that Terra Luna Classic is sitting at a 0.69. Now, if you're looking for competition, right, because 0.69 means nothing unless you're comparing it to other coins, the top 10 coins go all the way down to 0.03 on that same metric. So when you're comparing Terra Luna Classic on Lunar Crush to other coins out there, it's 0.69, which means nothing alone, but the competition, top 10, is sitting at 0.03. So it is blowing it away by over 20 times. And that just goes to show that people are still interested in what Terra Luna Classic is going to do, and how high it can go, and how much money it can make over the next bull run and over the future when these catalysts come to be, and Terra Luna is once again rising. Now, it is very nice to see that, and actually, Terra Luna 2.0 was, I believe, in the top 3 as well. So people are interested in most likely Terra Luna, and you know, they're looking for Classic, but Terra Luna just decides to tag along since it's got the same name minus the Classic, right? So Terra Luna is being heavily searched for. That is obvious. If you go out to Google Trend Analytics and look at Terra Luna Classic or LUNC, you can see that it is still doing very well. Now, here's the interesting thing. When Terra Luna Classic was rolling as an actual project, sitting at $100+ a coin and doing very well, stabilizing UST out there, no search volume, man. Nobody cared about what it was doing. Search volume was literally almost zero, and nobody was looking for it. It was a solid project worth 40, 50, almost $60 billion, and it had zero search volume. It falls off the face of the earth. Terra Luna Classic diving from $100 to $50, $40, $10, $1, 0.01 cent, 0.001, 0.0001, 0.00. You guys get the picture, right? Everybody began searching for it. And towards the end of May, beginning of June, it peaked in search volume and has since come down a little bit as the price action has settled down, because everybody that is searching for anything only ever cares about price action. I mean, it's obvious that there's a heavy correlation there, but Terra Luna Classic, guys, is still maintaining search volume, even though the price is relatively stagnant at the moment. So if you break down the Google Trend Analytics, it's sitting at a level of, it depends on what time frame you use, anywhere between 20 and 40 right now. It's still an excellent indicator that it's roughly 20 to 40% of its peak volume there when it was falling from the sky back in May and June, when search volume did peak on Google, either YouTube and or Google web search. So it is incredible to see that the LUNC and Terra Luna Classic community is still actively growing and still actively searching for what is going on with Terra Luna Classic. Now, here's the interesting part. We ran very well. Terra Luna Classic jumped from 4,000 points per coin up to 16,000 points per coin, back down to about 8,000, now above 10,000 again over the last month or so. And the volatility, I believe, was peaked by Anonymous making the decision that they're going to look into Do Kwon. We have since seen nothing about that. We do not know if they are continuing to look into Do Kwon. We do not know if Anonymous has found anything on Do Kwon. We don't really know what Anonymous is doing. I do know, however, that if they become active on social media again and tell us what they found with Do Kwon, we could absolutely expect another spike, whether it's up or down, depending on the news being good or bad for Terra Luna Classic. And that is going to be a nice catalyst. But what we've got right now are prices that are maintaining in a very volatile crypto market. We had inflation come out last week, 9.1% here in the United States. I know it's high across the globe, and it's bad news. Therefore, cryptocurrency prices spiked down on that inflation news. And since then, they have been trending higher and trending higher nicely. Why? We've got concerns about raising interest rates here in the United States, but the Federal Reserve is supposedly going to raise interest rates by 75 basis points instead of 100 basis points, or 1%. Now, is that good news? No, it's just not as bad as it could be. And people are reacting very positively to news that is not as bad as it could be. And sometimes it makes sense, but guys, it really doesn't. Bad news is bad news. I don't care if it's terrible news or bad news, it's still bad news. You shouldn't necessarily see growth on bad news. And that's what we're seeing in the cryptocurrency space right now. And luckily, Terra Luna Classic is still holding up at these major levels of support, because it's very interesting to see the type of growth we're having right now, and that it's almost being built on nothing, right? Now, if we look at next week, that is when the Federal Reserve is going to come out and announce the interest rate decision. So we're going to have some volatility next week. We've got Mt. Gox on the horizon with 137, I believe, thousand Bitcoin that are going to be released to customers after 8 years of not having their investment. A lot of them are most likely going to be willing to sell, knowing that they haven't touched that money in 8 years. So it's going to be very interesting with the lineup of catalysts that we have in the macroeconomic environment right now. Global economy, terrible. Cryptocurrency space seems to be growing at the moment. So it's a pretty interesting differential between the two, and I want to see how it plays out before we really move forward and talk about massive bull runs coming. I want to know what you guys think, though. Down in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on Terra Luna Classic and its social dominance down there. And of course, if this button right here is still red, make sure to click it, subscribe to the channel, join us, become a bro. We're here every single day, and we're growing our portfolios together. You guys got ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram. You get 6 free stocks on Webull. And until the next time, each and every one of you have an awesome day.